What up, what up, family? And welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose, and where this ministry is living and promoting a holistic mind, body, and spirit path to health and wellness and to life, period. Now, additionally, guys, this is a ministry that puts a premium emphasis on the have-nots. Whatever area of life where one is suffering in some of the most challenging or egregious ways: homelessness, drug abuse, alcohol addiction, incarceration, mental or psychological issues, post-traumatic stress disorder, eating disorders, depression, anxiety, opioid addiction, those that are medically challenged, those who have received some heart-wrenching, perhaps even terminal diagnosis, but never surrendering your soul to whatever it is that you are faced with. This ministry puts a premium on that group of people. All of those people unitedly make up what the good book refers to as the have-nots. You got that medical report and the doctor said, get your affairs in order. You didn't surrender your soul to that. You didn't become toxic. You didn't become bitter. You didn't become resentful. You keep right on hoping on and praying on and believing on in faith, knowing that he gets to have the last word, not the doctor. So those two things are the foundational things you want to know about this ministry. I'm going to thank you guys again for all your love, your support, your generosity. I may mention this again towards the end of the video, but please like, share, subscribe. Make sure the bell icon is on. Investigate some of the services or utilize some of the services that I'm going to mention towards the end of the message. There's a Cash App link down in the description box for your monetary donation. Give according to your heart, according to your wallet, and according to his instructions. And whatever good seed that you plant into this ministry, monetary, just leaving a comment, hitting the share button, all these different things, live in expectancy of the promised abundant harvest that the universe has promised you whenever you plant good seed into good ground. So I'll let that suffice as today's opening, guys. You know, it's all about taking that holistic mind, body, and spirit path to health and wellness and to life. So let me ask you, what have you done today, mentally, physically, and or spiritually, to show the universe, to show God, whatever God or the universe means to you, to show thanks, appreciation, and heartfelt gratitude that you have a sound mind, a strong body, and a clean spirit? Doesn't mean that you don't have to be in great shape. You don't have to be some kind of mathematician. You don't have to be perfect when it comes to your spirit, man or woman, but you're trying in all of those areas. And when you get up each and every single day to do something, regardless of how big, regardless of how small, to show thanks to the universe, then you become that much more powerful. More and more strength, more and more nourishment in all of its different forms are downloaded to you by the universe. This is why the universe has given you and me a mind, a body, and a spirit. And it's impractical, dare I say foolish, for anyone to think that they're going to achieve their absolute pinnacle, their absolute purpose in life when they're neglecting the basic fundamentals of what the universe has given them in order to achieve this purpose in life. So what have you done today? What are you going to do today if you're watching this during the early AM? If you're watching this during the afternoon, you still have time left in today, God willing. If you're watching this towards the end of your day, take 2, 5, 10, 20 minutes, whatever, to evaluate what did you do consciously to show thanks and appreciation to the universe that you have a mind, a body, and a spirit, and that it's operating, it's functional. Even though you may still have weight to lose, you may still be struggling to pass that high school or college exam. You may still not be going to church and having all kinds of emotional or spiritual issues. That's not the point. What did you do consciously, deliberately, intentionally? It's not enough to just go to church or pray or whatever it is, or go to the mosque or whatever it is. Just because that's the thing for you to do. That's what your religion says that you should do. That's the way you've been raised. If your heart isn't in it, then it's not good enough. It's not good enough to just go to the gym because you want to feel better about yourself. That's important. Your religion said you should go to church or mosque or whatever. That's important. But that cannot be the creme de la creme. That cannot be the determining factor for you to sit back and think because you went to church, because you went to the gym, or because you can balance your checkbook. That means that you're A-okay and you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Far from it. When you put your heart, your spirit, the very, very essence of the energy that you carry around within you, when you put that into play, when you enter the gym, when you take that 5 or 10 minute out to use your mental creative faculties to come up with something, to discover something, to problem solve, whatever. When you're sitting in those church or the pews at the mosque and you very, very consciously are focused on those things, then you're making a true difference. And it's not just for you, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's for everybody that comes in contact with you and for people that may never come in contact with you. Because the energy that you carry when you prioritize in a balanced and in a synthesized way, that power emanates out into the ether, the spiritual realm. So because of what you're doing for yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually, that's affecting someone in a positive way on the other side of the planet. It's affecting your neighbors. Everybody that you come across and the people that you don't come across. I posted a message yesterday, and the crux of the message was, be the change that you want to see. Bring into the world what you want to see in the world. This is kind of a piggyback off of that. But the title and the meat and potatoes point is going to be, you are the evidence. You are the evidence of everything that you want to see. Everything that most people need to see. When you take this mental, physical, and spiritual approach to life and to health and wellness, you become that inevitably. You don't have to try, you don't have to game plan, you don't have to focus, concentrate. It just becomes activated within you. People need to see that in these dark and ugly times. Again, most people aren't reaching their pinnacle. They may have what we call the bag, the money, the career, the family, the house, the car, the finances, the relationships, the good health and great physical health. They may have those things. But if their essence, their spirit man or woman, isn't consciously putting forth effort into those things in a conscious and a deliberate way, then it's kind of all for naught. It's like smoke and mirrors, poppycock. It's superficial. So I'm going to challenge you today to do something consciously and deliberately. You know, it's a challenge slash, dare I say, it's next to impossible for me to give you any specific details about what you need to do, because I need to know more about you. For example, if someone's in great physical shape already, and I don't know that, how can I tell them, you know, start with 3 squats a day and, you know, walk up a flight of stairs when they're light years above that? And I, by that same example, you know, kind of turn inside out, if you will, I can't tell anybody to go to the gym and hit the treadmill for 45 minutes and then hit some weights for 45 minutes if they can't walk up a flight of stairs, or if they've never worked out, living a sedentary lifestyle for the past 10 or 15 years. So I can't give the specific details of what you guys can do, but that's why that email link is always down in the description box, so that you can reach out, send me some information about you if you so choose, if the universe moves you to do so. And then based on, you know, where you are mentally, physically, and spiritually, then I can help you come up with a game plan in terms of what you can do to move forward and to get to that next level, regardless of what level it is that you're currently on. So, having said that, get to that gym, stretch in your living room, walk up a flight or 2 of stairs, you know, park in the back of the parking lot so that you can burn a few more calories getting into the store, the workplace, whatever it is. Consciously spending time out to use your creative faculties. Word games, crossword puzzles, games of recall, incorporating new information, new points of views, anything that stimulates those brain synapses and keep them firing efficiently. Consciously, deliberately, from a heart place, not from just reading scriptures or surahs day in and day out, just blindly, you know, reading things or quoting things. Put your heart into that spiritual work. Each and every day, 2 minutes of each, 2 minutes in each category, or 20 minutes, or 20 hours. Maybe you're on a spiritual or fitness retreat, whatever. But do it to the absolute best of your ability and put your heart and your spirit into it. And know that when you do, you are empowering people that you may never meet, people that you may meet, but they may never inform you that you are providing them with inspiration, motivation. They feel healed, uplifted, and nourished by your presence when they see that you're doing it, or they sense energetically that you're on a whole different frequency. So the point is, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. This is for my children, my grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren, and so forth and so on. The strangers that I may never meet, the neighbors, anybody that has this clean heart, anybody that's meant to resonate with this energy will find their way to it, and or the energy will find its way to them. And the same thing goes for you. It's not just for you. It's for your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren, again, your friends, your neighbors, and for all those that are out there walking in this world of darkness, and all they sense is negative energy. All they sense is disingenuous energy. All they sense is hurt and pain and despair. But you bring something else. You release something else from within. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. From within, when you take that holistic mind, body, and spirit approach to health and wellness and to life, you release that. You don't have to concentrate or focus or anything like that. It just happens. Like water doesn't have to try to be wet. So keep that in mind, guys, and know that there are people that are depending on you in these dark and ugly times, because the fact of the matter is most people have either quit on themselves, and we know that, and most people have certainly quit on this thing that we call God, faith, the universe, whatever you want to call it, and we also know that. But along comes you challenging yourself, getting up 5 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier, whatever the case may be, staying up 5 or 10 or 20 minutes late, whatever the case may be, going in a conscious, deliberate way on that lunch break, and walking around that building for the physical exercise, or going in that quiet room and saying a real heartfelt prayer, or getting still and meditating for 5 or 20 minutes, whatever the case may be. Sitting down and consciously thinking about, how can I solve this? How can I help someone? How can I create a way for others to be able to help someone, whatever the case may be. When you do that, it emanates out, and people need to see that. People need to feel that and be aware of that. I'm going to give a couple examples of what it is that people need to see, what people need to sense, what people need to feel. When you take this holistic mind, body, and spirit approach, people can sense, people can feel that this thing that we call God is still real. It's not handcuffed or glued to the pages of history. When they see you walking, carrying an energy that says, regardless of whatever level it is that you're on, financially, psychologically, mentally, whatever level it is that you're on, your uniqueness is setting the example for that particular level, educational level, living arrangements, financial status, incarceration, people that have been diagnosed with drugs, post-traumatic stress disorder. You're setting the example when you refuse to give up. And that example emanates out, and people can sense that guy, that girl is not what we would call normal. There's something more to them. There's something more unique, more powerful, more elegant, more whatever. It's just unique. And they know that based on the times, based on the challenges that we're all going through collectively as human beings, they know that it's got to be God. That's not a mental, in and of itself, that's not a mental strength. That's not education. That's not something that someone has learned or rehearsed. That's something that can only come from on high, because the energy vibration is so real, it's so sincere. And this is what you embody when you take that holistic mind, body, and spirit approach to life. It's so rare. It's so powerful. It's so undeniable that people say, you know what, that person, that's got to be the spirit of God or the universe, whatever word you want to put in there, that's operating within that person. Because how can this be? They don't come across people like you every single day, or every other day for that matter. Some may not have seen someone like you in a couple of decades, because we know the world, mankind, began to go more and more off into the deep abyss, as the awakening continued to arise. And so most people haven't seen anybody that's got genuine love and genuine faith and genuine courage. No, it's either courage as in somebody trying to be a bully or trying to dominate somebody, but real courage is, with that, it's based on a humbleness. They don't see that. They don't see anybody walking around with the kind of medical diagnosis that still got a bounce in their step. They heard about the medical diagnosis. They heard about the family betrayal, the breakup, the financial issues. They heard about the drug addiction, the alcohol abuse, the depression, and the anxiety. Whatever the case may be, and yet you still got that bounce in your step and that light within your eye, that love within your spirit. And it lets them know it has to, it can't be nothing but God. People need to see that. People need to be reminded of that. And this is what you do. Let me try and speed this up, guys. When you walk around, and whether, again, incarceration, newly released from incarceration, drug addiction, homelessness, obesity, whatever the case may be, at the risk of redundancy, guys, whatever the issue may be, you remind people that you can still have hope and faith and love and courage and wisdom and forgiveness and compassion and humbleness and tolerance. You can still move in all these different things, and you don't have to be perfect. This is one of the number one reasons why people have quit on themselves and have quit on God, because we have been indoctrinated into thinking that we have to be perfect. No, we don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be in great shape for you to put on that bikini or that no shirt if you're a guy and go to the beach. You don't have to be a college grad or Harvard, Yale grad in order for you to go into that business meeting or that learning seminar and sit at the front of the class. You let people know that you don't have to be perfect. You let people know with this energy that you don't have to fit in, because this energy opens your eyes to the fact that you, being at your personal best, will always be good enough. If you're overweight, whatever the medical report says, the alcohol abuse, the drug addiction, have you surrendered to those things? Nope. Then you are reminding people that you don't have to fit in to the narrative that, you know what, if you've made mistakes, you're disqualified from the kingdom. If you're overweight, you're disqualified from the kingdom. If you're having psychological or emotional issues, you're disqualified from the kingdom. You show people that you don't have to fit into that little narrative, that little box. When you're prioritizing that mental, physical, and spiritual you, and you that is continuing to strengthen you and empowering you to navigate that terrain, those difficulties, till the day come when in his divine timing you overcome those difficulties, you're showing people that you don't have to fit in. You don't have to be a certain religion, a certain race, have a certain amount of education, a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of physical conditioning, whatever. You show people that you don't have to fit in. People out there need to see this. People out there need to be reminded of this. And stop waiting on somebody else to do it when it's your divine responsibility. If and when you know in your heart that there's more to you than what you look like, your mistakes, your challenges, your setbacks, your finances, it's more to you than what the doctor said, it's more to you than what society says, then that lets you know it's your responsibility to move forward and go from just defending and protecting his kingdom to advancing it. And again, taking that holistic mind, body, and spirit approach is the first step in you being able to do just that. You remind people, you let people see based on your presence or your energy, again, that emanates throughout the entire ether. You let people see and feel that no matter what happens, you can control how you respond to it. See, you got that medical report. You're dealing with drug addiction. You're incarcerated or just got finished from being incarcerated, just got released from incarceration. Opioid addiction, homelessness. You're letting people know that regardless of what happens, you get to decide. By the grace of this thing we call God or the universe, you get to decide how you respond to that. And people look at you, well, why is she on the treadmill? Well, why is he going to church and he does drugs or beats on his wife? She cheats on her husband. Why is she showing up to church? You're showing people that it doesn't matter what happens, what you're going through, what you've gone through, what you may be dealing with. you can still, by the grace of this thing called God, control how you respond. And how you respond is to never give up, never surrender to those things. And the way you become stronger and stronger when it comes to never surrendering to those things is you taking that holistic mind, body, and spirit approach. The fact that you have not surrendered to those things, when you look outside your door, your window, that workplace, sometimes your own family structure, you see how the things that you're fighting against long since captured the souls of, whoever those people are, most people in society. You see that, but you're still fighting on. That's an indication to you that it's your responsibility to get her done. People need to see, people need to feel what real courage, what real love, what real humbleness, real faith, and real wisdom looks like. Again, when you're moving in holistic mind, body, and spirit, health and wellness, you walk in all these things. Courage and humbleness. You walk in faith. You walk in wisdom. And you show this to people because they see how you move in that toxic work environment. When people are pushing your buttons, but you refuse to overreact or underreact. You show people, you remind people. Again, at the risk of redundancy, with your physical presence or what you are sending out into the ether / the spiritual realm. You show people, you remind people that you can hope on even if and when all signs say it would be foolish for you to hope on. You show that because, again, people see the drug addict, the prostitute, the person dealing with psychological or emotional issues, the people dealing with that medical report that the doctor said it's over with. You show people that you can still hope on, even when the material world, the circumstances say, hey, it'd be foolish for you to keep on hoping on. You keep right on hoping on anyway, knowing that he gets to have the last word. The holistic mind, body, and spirit approach, as I speed this up, it shows people that, pain can change you for the better and not for the worse. You get to choose how you respond. Pain doesn't have to change you for the worse. It could change you for the better. Keeping on, hoping on, trusting on, chopping on, believing on, by prioritizing the mental, physical, and spiritual self. This is what you show people. You show people that betrayal doesn't have to destroy your faith. Instead, it can sharpen your discernment. You show people. They've seen, they've heard the rumors. They see how it goes down at work, friends smiling in your face and knifing you in the back. They know you found out about it. They know it was revealed to you. You show people that betrayal doesn't have to ruin your faith. You can actually choose, by way of this thing we call God, by way of a holistic mind, body, and spirit approach, to say it's not going to destroy your faith. It's just going to sharpen your discernment. You show and remind people that heartbreak can make you strong, but it doesn't have to make you hard. See, hard is stiff. It's inflexible. Strong is flexible. It's laid back. It's it's maneuverable in the sense that, like Bruce said, you can put water in a cup and it'll become the cup. You can put it in a pot, it'll become the pot. Water can flow and water can crash. You show people that. Your energy reminds people of that. Your energy reminds people that trauma doesn't have to leave you broken forever. We all suffer trauma. Trauma by friends, by family, the world we live in, and of course by our own shortcomings and mistakes, our own false beliefs and bad intentions. But you show people that that trauma doesn't have to leave you broken forever. You show people that you can Be loving. You can keep on trusting while still setting healthy and needed boundaries. You show people that you show people how to handle rejection without becoming bitter and retaliatory. All of this is made known by your energy. You show people energetically that you can have everything going against you and everything, could have collapsed and failed, but you continue to find a way to believe in yourself / believe in God. You show people that pain doesn't have to ruin you. It can refine you. All of these are the fruits that are brought forth in you, in your spirit, when you just do something every single day. Now, again, it's just difficult, dare I say, next to impossible for me to tell you specifically what to do. But I do have some services that are designed to help you guys. Just depends on you, what you're dealing with, what level you're on mentally, physically, and spiritually, what you're hoping for, what you're praying for, what you're believing for, etc., etc. So the Holy Spirit will guide you. You can certainly reach out to this ministry. If the Holy Spirit moves you to do so, then don't procrastinate. We know that procrastination is a coffin where progress goes to rot. So if the Holy Spirit moves you to reach out to this ministry, reach out. And I can provide you with, by way of this thing we call God of the universe, I can provide you with a more personalized protocol, mentally, physically, and spiritually, what you can do to continue to nourish and refine and rebuild yourself, refresh yourself, recenter yourself in all of those different aspects by the way of this thing that we call God. But the services that I provide, guys, let me try and get out of here. The services that I provide are designed to help strengthen and nourish the mental, physical, and spiritual you. There's clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices. Go to the email link that I'll leave you down in the description box if you'd like to schedule your initial consultation in that particular area of service or in either of the remaining areas of services. Now, when it comes to the mental, man or woman, boy or girl, there is philosophical counseling for the older, more seasoned or mature audience. And for my younger brothers and sisters, there is youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. There's ISSA certified fitness training for the physical self. Go to the website, please, at mountfitnessmbs.com to get some information about those services. And if you're interested in either of these compartmentalized services or all of them, either way, hit me up by way of the email link that's down in the description box. And here's where the rubber meets the road in terms of you showing your love, showing your appreciation, giving back to this ministry. Please do one or more of the following things. And as I mentioned, expect your harvest to be delivered to you according to His will, His timing, and His riches in heaven. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make a monetary donation. Investigate the services. Utilize the services. Leave a comment. Send me some love. And if you'd like some information about why I prioritize this group of people called the have-nots, the disenfranchised, please watch a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. Follow that up by watching a video that's titled My Deliverance. It says my, but neither of those stories, neither of those messages are about me. I'm just, at best, I'm just a background actor. It's about Him. So no one can tell me that God or the universe isn't real. No one can tell me that He's not real. No one can tell me that He's handcuffed to the miracles of the past. No. I've seen Him. I see Him work each and every day in my life. So I know He's real. Those stories will give you a better view, if you will, of where I'm coming from. And you see Him work in your life as well. So this is what I got for you guys. I love you all. Again, thanks for your love, for your generosity. I don't know if I mentioned the pay. Yeah, I mentioned the Cash App, the email link down in the descriptions. And just go out there and know that you have to embrace the mind, body, and spirit path if you're truly wanting to fulfill all that He has birthed you into your physical vessel to achieve. This is why he has given you a mind, body, and a spirit. He wants you to use it all. Which one of those do you think he gave you for you to not prioritize, to not be grateful for? So this is what I got for you guys. I'm 6 minutes over. Let me get out of here. My spiritual family members who are hurting the most, it is our time to rise, and this is how we do it. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. For my clean-hearted spiritual brothers who are not hurting in some of those most challenging ways, give back. This ministry provides you with an opportunity, and of course there's other opportunities in society as well. But this is what I got for you guys. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Yes, I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and yes, I will holler back. Peace.